Somebody.
Also, I just rolled a 20, so.
Your dice, man.
Yeah.
They hate you.
Welcome everybody to our
Fourth action.
where Inara can finally roll a 20
I know.
after
I rolled
Like 5 episodes of just
threes, just literally everything was under a 10 for all my attack rolls.
And several times it was. 3 was the magic number. Like,
I like to
I've
think
been there.
Inara just got up and drank a lot that morning.
But
nope, not then either.
But nope, you killed one monkey.
I don't know what was happening. It was
sometimes the dice just roll that way. And what really stinks is now you have that fancy enchantment on there, so it's actually like maybe that's what it is. It's like you shouldn't have this yet.
Well, it's glowing. The glow kind of gets in her eyes sometimes.
That iridescent sheen
Yeah,
from
it's
picking it up from Shaylin's smile.
It's like I don't really want to get blood all over it.
Stacy went and sprayed hairspray on all of the good sides, so they stick to the bottom. So when the bad ones show up. Well, that was a great series of episodes. I had a blast. They went really fast.
They did. They went really, really fast.
And we're almost done with this place.
And it does feel like we're almost finished. We're getting very, very close.
And it also feels like maybe we're doing the easier side last.
Oh yeah. You lock
This
these
has
things.
been
man.
pretty easy.
Now,
Yeah.
you say we're almost done with this place, but we just found out that there's another level.
There's a whole other level, which the meta in me and anyone who does
You got
who's
the
done
meta
some
in you.
you got the meta in me. Anyway, anyone who does some Pathfinder, the adventure pass, they kind of have a little bit of a pattern, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great thing, but usually start off with an event that kind of brings the folks together, and of course your first level usually, so it's something that's a little, common or local, right? But that local thing, whether it be take care of this low B rate thieves guild, or hey, there is some halfling that or some goblin problem or whatever,
Some crazy halfling set a building on fire.
Yeah,
Go catch him.
that thing usually then
The hokiest. I would never use that one.
that thing then usually leads to the real thing, and I think we're there. We've realized, oh my gosh, it's not just goblins and reclaiming Hell Knight Keep. There's something. It's not just Vaz, but there's something else here. There's a cult that's in the very lowest
And
levels.
there's a portal.
And a portal, which means woof.
Maybe even more than one cult, right?
Maybe.
Because there's the Hawk, but there's also the Norgorber.
Yes, right? And our Vaz and the Cinder Claw, are they related? Are they connected somehow? Right?
And I wonder if they are.
Or if
Not fair.
is Vaz just kind of hanging out here on the top level and these guys are down below? Have they met yet? If they have met, did that end well for Vaz or not? Ooh. And dun dun dun.
Nobody really mentioned a cult when we were going into this place.
No, right?
Kind of weird.
I think maybe Warble made some loose,
Maybe.
very not related hints, but not very much. Just what
Not Warble.
We've
Helba.
heard,
Helba, not
Helba.
Warble. Yeah, Helba.
we've heard about the Beastmen for a little while,
Yeah.
right? The Beastmen that took our home, right?
Yeah.
The Beastmen that knocked down, or the beast, maybe it's just beasties that knocked down the stairs,
There's yeah.
Yes.
right?
So we
Well, that
know what
was-
that was now, right?
No, the ones that there was not the beasties, but what do they call them?
Growlithodons?
No. What are The Growlodons didn't knock it down. The goblins did. What did the?
Oh no, I think the Growlodons.
I think the Growlodons
The
knocked it
Growlodons
down. When
totally
they climbed
knocked
up,
it down.
They climbed up and destroyed
as they
it
climbed up.
as they were climbing up.
They weighed too much.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
They exceeded the rated weight limits of the stairs.
I thought the goblins got crafty and tried to like collapse it afterward.
No.
Oh, that's so
Growlodons.
cute, crap.
They're not kobolds. I mean, come on.
No, yeah, they're not light dragons.
Yeah, those kobolds are crafty.
Dude,
They'll throw
I-
that on you.
Absolutely love those cute little kobolds.
They're so cute.
Pib and Zarv.
Yes.
I would keep them.
They're great. You did a great job bringing them to life.
Yes.
And it was very koboldy when we walked into that octagon room and they sprung the net trap. Very, very koboldy. The idea of kobolds thinking that, they're much more important than they are.
Yeah.
Classic.
What if they are?
You flash-
Like, what if they are, though?
Yeah, they could be. Give and tell.
One of these days.
I mean, obviously they're not the smartest kobolds because they made mention they know the way out through the secret tunnel that we originally came in through, but they didn't go out and like scrounge for food or anything. They were just staying down and starving to death.
Well, remember until you guys showed up, there were those two big birds out in the main hall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so they were trapped inside.
They were trapped.
Yeah.
Oh, of course they were. They couldn't go out into the hallway.
Oh yeah, and then after we cleared the birds, was it? Now we didn't. I wonder who it was, the Cinder Claw or the kobolds that put those daggers in there waiting for us.
Oh, right.
Do we know?
Oh,
This booby traps.
The booby traps.
They could be either one.
those daggers looked kind of like the crude daggers the Cinderclaw carry.
Okay.
Yeah, they were setting that up.
Obviously, they were going to keep the Hell Knights skeletons at bay
Yeah.
with the table and a dagger attached, duct tape to it.
It works great. Yeah.
Maybe they were like, I don't know what's going on the south side of the crypt, but there's bones everywhere, and the skeletons we worried about are all gone.
It's like, I don't know, we're listening and we hear screaming and then silence. And then more screaming and then silence.
Oh, forgiveness.
Yes.
Exactly.
Buddies in forgiveness.
Now, Stacy, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to.
42.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Which was a great episode, the shopping episode with Inara. But that's not what this roundtable is about. But the kobolds cast fear that affected more than one person. And so you might be right, Inara, in that that's a fifth level up. That's a fifth level in heightening. So so they might be, or a fifth level caster. It's a fifth level caster, a third level heightened.
It couldn't be that the DM screwed up.
Okay.
No, it couldn't be that.
I'm sure they had
That
like,
Made a mistake in his notes.
That was obviously the fact that we had leveled up off of the wrong side first, and so we had to make a little bit more of a challenge from this.
there we go. There we go.
That must be clearly that's what it was.
And he obviously did it by A, increasing that spell, and B, cursing Emily's dice.
But it led to a fantastic moment because of the fear effect hitting Plame so hard, and Wargy, and like
Yep.
it was
And
really
then
great.
some completely random spell somehow from nowhere hit Inara and caused her to be deaf.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I wonder where that came from.
Oh no. Those kobolds are mighty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That hasn't come up yet. Inara, I don't think, has talked about it much.
Talked about.
She said she was deaf a couple times. I didn't hear that.
Oh, me,
about
that.
where the deafness came from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she just figured.
and
it
Fawin.
came from the kobold.
You bet.
Yeah.
Fawin's not going to offer up any clarity on that at all. So.
What? No. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe not several, but a few round tables ago, Plame, Hal, you were talking about, something. We were talking about how Plame doesn't heal himself, and you said, well, there's something inside of him that doesn't allow him to do that yet, like a story arc. And I think that's what you're referring to with the conversation in the hallway, right?
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Because, obviously this is a gift that was given to him to aid in, the heroes around him. So you have to be heroic for this to work.
And because he ran away.
And yes, he ran away when he was a child and couldn't even, muster up enough bravery to even approach the two people in the tree to see if they were alive or anything. And he just ran. So
Yeah.
yep, he still remembers this now, and it does still affect him.
Makes him feel unworthy.
Correct.
Oh, man. He's not.
Yeah. But it's that self-deception.
I think Plame is like the truest hero
Yeah.
out of everyone here.
No doubt.
Well, he definitely had lurches into the most dangerous predicaments, jumping into the pool to save Inara.
Yes.
Going in first against this boggart and getting
Like a hero.
smashed, tumbling through the spaces.
Yes.
Instead of going through corners.
I mean, personally, I think I should go through corners.
No!
He's a small guy.
Yes, small.
I mean, you didn't say anything when Mesmer went through the corner.
Technically, Mesmer's tiny. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. The 2 size category difference does count.
I'm not baiting as in like tempting the DM, as in like challenging the DM, but you've noticed in the last few episodes, Mesmer has started to move into places that could be dangerous,
Yeah, don't tempt him.
Yeah.
He's
So
tempted.
Luckily, there's no attack of opportunity.
right.
Well,
Unless
There
your
is,
character
but so
has it,
far, yeah.
we haven't come across
They
it.
have reactive strike. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yes, Plame puts himself consistently in real danger to achieve our goals as a party.
He's amazing. He really is the hero of the group. He just doesn't see himself that way yet, right?
Nope.
I mean, he's just not very wise,
That's part of it. That's part of it.
which is why he fits in this group so well.
Yeah, but he's the only one who doesn't see it. I mean, even Stagnum would say you're one of the 2 most heroic.
Yes.
We definitely need to have like a disclaimer, like please don't try this in your gaming party. Like an episode of Jackass for Dungeons and Dragons.
Unless you got a squishy, bouncy goblin, so.
But and I thought it was kind of fun that even in this last episode, he did heal himself because he dug out the wand.
Oh, with the wand.
Plus the wand.
Right?
And not with his ability.
And it leads us to ask, what's it going to take for Plame to realize? Like, I feel like you, as Hal the player, you might let him die rather than touching himself and healing himself. Like, he just wouldn't do it yet.
That's true at this point. Yes.
Yeah. We gotta have a breakthrough with this guy. We need that. We need Inara's counseling sessions to happen more often. Where that scene with you guys in the hallway was great.
It's good role play. I love it.
And I think it also, already you can see that was one of the things that affected Plame's attitude. Not really attitude. I mean, he always liked Inara, but after that, you can tell he has some real affection for her.
Yeah.
No, she's the leader.
Yes, that was
Which
yes.
I kind of figured she never really like saw herself as the leader and just was kind of joking about it.
Yeah.
But now she's like, oh, they really think that I'm leading them.
The number of times, I think Stacy said it, the number of times that people in the group are just like, I hope she never gets mad at us.
Yeah, I thought her and Stagnum were going to get into it on that last one.
She's an accidental tyrant. Just her
She
presence is.
doesn't mind Stagram. Yeah. Doesn't
When
mind.
he,
No, I mean when he
Yeah.
bear hugged you.
Yeah.
Well, the bear hug probably wasn't that big a deal.
Well,
if you'd
she was
actually
still
caused her to drop the sword, that might have been a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
It would have been a matter of if she was still raging or not. But I mean, Plame got her out of the rage.
Yep.
So
Yes.
she was fine. She just thought it was weird. She was like, put me down, stop worthy.
It's just that interesting thing about rage. In second edition, you can't come out of it
No.
voluntarily.
Nope. Not unless combat ends, which everyone kept trying to kill that guy.
If she perceives him as an enemy still, as an enemy combatant,
Yeah.
she stays raging. It's cool. I like that. I like it. It's kind of like in 3.5 they had a berserker, a frenzied berserker, and it could not stop combat if there was any hostile that's visible. And even after that, once all the hostiles were dead, you went after friends.
Oh, you couldn't stop at all.
Couldn't stop at all. Yeah, frenzied berserker was
That's scary.
really. I had a game that I was in. One of my players had taken that prestige class, and it caused some major friction between
I
characters.
was going to say that honestly kind of would be a hard way to play. I feel like everyone at the table would not like you. They'd just be like, oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
We stop doing that.
It's a fun element because it creates danger from within the party.
Yeah.
Yes.
It changes the way you treat that character, and you have you're wary of them because they're volatile. It's
So
like
even me as a player, though, I feel like I would just be annoyed that they even picked that
you're
guy.
like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you putting us at risk?
Yeah.
Well, because it killed, and so they doubled the rage bonuses. So you got twice as much damage and twice as much hit points. So you became an unstoppable tank. But the problem is sometimes you want the tank to stop.
So it's like
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very
It's
Hulk.
like Hulk. Yeah.
Very much a Hulk, like old school Hulk that couldn't control himself.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Anyway,
The only Hulk. Just do
For
stuff.
sure. Just talking about Inara, though, you also unveiled, you've had it for a while, a feat that was clutch in the monkey fight, the first monkey fight.
Oh, yeah, that I wasn't supposed to use.
What?
Apparently.
What do I not know? Go.
You
you
can
not,
only
you
do
weren't
it-
in here?
You can only do it when you're raging. I didn't know that because it's in little tiny letters on my thing, and I never used it before.
You gotta read the
sorry.
fine print.
And it's called
No Escape.
No Escape.
It is a class feat,
Yeah.
and you have to be raging to use it.
And in that one, you were not yet raging.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, wasn't until this one.
But it allows you to make a reaction when an enemy runs away from
Yep.
you. You can chase them and stay with them, which is super cool, very
And
powerful.
You can use it for not only striding, burrowing, climbing, flying, or swimming.
All right, so whatever.
Lying.
If I could fly, apparently.
Oh,
I could
you-
use
okay.
it. Yeah.
So you have to have the ability
You have to
first.
have the ability. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
I'll just point out it didn't really affect the game because Inara couldn't hit anything.
It was more of a symbolic
dice
chase.
couldn't
It was a
do
symbolic.
anything.
Yes.
It
Yes.
just wasn't her day. She wasn't
Yeah,
on top of it.
but that's cool. That's a cool ability to keep in your pocket for when we need to chase a bad guy down that's getting a better position, or like an archer or a wizard or someone that needs to get away to be more effective. You're like,
Now, does it would have to be like, I think you just gave the list. Like, it has to be one of those movement rates. So like a wizard that bamf, like teleports over, like uses dimensional assault. You couldn't follow a magical,
Well, you just
right?
try up to your speed following them.
Follow.
You don't have
So
to
something's faster
stick
than
with
her.
them.
Gotcha.
So it would be up to my speed. I could
Okay.
follow them.
That's
They
awesome.
teleport away.
Basically, it gives you
Yeah.
full movement as a free action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
response.
cool,
Fourth action.
yes.
as it were.
Well, react.
We had a lot of fourth actions this last few
Yeah, we
sessions,
did.
though.
Speaking of which, those monkeys we fought had a pretty cool screech ability. Where they what is it called? Was it called screech or something? Or
Oh,
monkey-
it is called
Monkey laugh?
this thing that I'm looking up right now.
There you go.
Giving us
Pause
cause.
for edit.
Anyway, they make this screeching sound, and it puts them in a frenzy, and they get to for one round they get basically haste. They get to do an extra action.
Shrieking Frenzy.
Shrieking frenzy.
That's
They get
crazy.
a fourth action.
Which is so monkey-esque. Like, you can just hear them all going, wow, 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 and they get all fired up and
Yeah.
Start throwing their battle spike clubs at us.
Yes, man. And standing here at the table, Stacy did such a good job of mimicking that action of like off of the hip, over the shoulder, draw. Like the
Just
drawing the
weapons
blades from
everywhere.
different places, and his body movements were really sharp.
And in the last episode, he did a spot on monkey talk.
It was really good.
You can tell he has practiced that a lot.
Pretty good.
Yeah, sadly.
He does work with college students, so it's not far off. They're pretty. Yeah.
I work with professors that keep it.
It's even worse.
Even worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a question. So in old school dungeon crawl, oftentimes you'd go into a room, fight the goblins, go into the next room.
Why does it have to be goblins?
It's just okay.
It has to.
It has to be. You've only been good people for an edition or so.
Yeah. A decade or two.
It's true.
Goblins, they're people now.
I know, it's craziness. Anyway.
But well, that'll tie into a conversation about later on with Inara, like deciding whether or not it's okay to chop them up and feed them to wargame.
Oh,
We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I honestly wasn't thinking about it because I didn't hear the humanoid part you said. I thought they were just like monkeys. Yeah.
But it made for good role play with
yeah.
Inara.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We can go there now. It's cool.
Yeah.
We're round.
What were you gonna say though?
We're fourth act.
Yeah,
Well,
let's just
Old
go
school.
I was just gonna say that, like, you'd go in one room and you'd fight a monster there, and then you'd open the next door and there'd be a group of guys, a group of monsters, doing something there. How come they didn't hear that battle and like run or leave or come over? And I kind of noticed it here, and so because we fought the monkeys and they went crazy. And then we went across this little tiny hallway connection, and then we came across to a boggart and 2 other big time monkeys. How come they didn't,
Well, I can speculate.
Yes.
When we burst in, 2 of them were being dressed down by the big guy, so it's possible they were off somewhere else, and he had brought them back to the office to chew them out.
Oh, possible.
Very possible. Also, it's like the little kind of airlock getting in here.
Yeah.
5 foot by 5 foot squares.
Yes.
You guys haven't asked Stagger about it, but I'll ruin the surprise if you want.
Yeah, we can have a spoiler behind the sweet spoiler for the fans.
It's double doors because these are the lictors' quarters, and it's designed with those double doors. So if anyone listens to the door, if there's no sound on one side, makes it to the other.
Yeah, it's
Because of the gap,
okay.
and there's like 5 feet of stone.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's actually like isolated
Yeah.
on purpose.
Maybe even a little bit of a magic in there involved. Who knows?
So you can sleep like the dead.
No, I don't want to go back to that side.
Wrong lictor.
No, it's so that the lictor in the other room doesn't hear, the screams.
That's right.
Maybe it doesn't interrupt the chants and stuff, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. So
Well, that means the lictor's the head of the order.
Yeah.
So if he's got secret plans or whatever.
yeah. Well, that was very cool. I mean, that was
I kind of figured there was a soundproofing.
Yep. But we hit a moral quandary because we had these humanoid vile creatures that were trying to kill us. That we had a couple that were helpless. Do we just go full on murder hobo and kill them, or do we spare them? What do we do? And
Yeah.
one we turned over to justice so far to the kobolds.
If you can call that just.
We'll just see what happens.
Kobold justice.
That's the way Boddy sees it. You guys had a little more of an ulterior motive, like with butter up his kobolds, give him a snack.
So maybe that's a point there, though. So Boddy bursts in, absolutely destroys this boggart with like a single blow, and then is almost horrified at himself for what he did.
yeah.
That is the first time Boddy is actually down to humanoid.
Yep.
And you know what? At this point, we have also seen a flashback of the time that Plame and Fawin and Boddy met. Didn't you take care of Trevor in that flashback?
And I didn't kill him. No.
Trevor, if you remember, I think Trevor was killed by his own man.
Yep. So
Blue on
Boddy,
blue, man.
so Trevor went after Boddy.
Right.
Blinked behind him and hit him with the hilt of his dog slicer, and knocked him down.
Yes.
And then when Boddy was looking down on him, and Trevor spouted some evil nonsense, and then the arrow came out of the sky. The one that the bad guy had shot earlier.
Yes.
Into the air.
When he tripped over Mesmer.
Yes, tripped over Mesmer, shot up in the air. That was it a crossbow bolt or an arrow?
Crossbow.
Crossbow bolt
yeah.
was just coming up in the air and just happened to come down.
That's why lawn darts are so deadly, and
they're banned in the U.S. now.
yeah.
So.
But once again, Mesmer's influence on the situation.
That's why none of you guys got XP for Trevor. He's Mesmer's killed.
That's why Mesmer is so powerful. Because Mesmer gets
Yes.
So this was the first time that Boddy hasn't. It's not a monster or an undead or a beastie.
Yeah, but he's finished off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as he had a chance, he went to check on the thing and keep it alive. Yeah.
Which ended up being great
Yeah,
because
you got some good info.
Some really good intel.
we opened up and that's where kind of back to what we said at the beginning. That's where we opened up kind of a whole element of, oh my gosh, there's more to this. There's a whole cult downstairs. Some guy named Murdoch. No, what's his name?
Malrock. Yeah.
Right.
Malrock.
As Hal pointed out, Boddy didn't want to be the one that killed it. But afterward, when Plame said we should kill him, Boddy steps out and says, "Do what you like,"
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to be the one responsible for the death of a sentient humanoid.
But it's fine if someone else does it.
Correct. As long as he just wants to be able to sleep at night. Yeah.
Yep.
And he doesn't torture anybody either.
So what you're saying is what Boddy really wanted, and maybe it's been a while since he's had some plausible deniability.
Severely lacking in the plausible deniability.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time since it was possible.
Some weird reason. Yeah. No, but
Nice.
it's just a personal code the Boddy has because of his experiences. He doesn't want to be the one if he can avoid it. And
Yeah.
he doesn't relish in the idea of taking a life.
Yeah.
True neutral.
Yeah.
But he gets it. He gets that life and death are intertwined, and
Yep.
battle brings about.
It's okay for Inara to slice things in half.
Yep.
He just can't do it.
He doesn't judge.
There you go.
It's just
Yeah.
not him.
Fawin wanted them kept alive just because
Utility.
Utility. Like he gave us a bunch of info and he might have a little more left. But if the kobolds kill him, then I'm okay with that. Then Fawin's okay with that too. But and Inara, was it a justice aspect or
For what?
for dragging that guy around the corner? Or was that just kind of like Fawin convinced her, hey, this is a good idea?
Yeah, just figured her bullets probably aren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. The dice helped tell that story. I was rolling fair. I was rolling good, but then the prisoner just was tanking on.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
And then I just see Fawin doing this stupid claw thing.
Like some kind of a claw salute, you know? Like she's trying to pretend like she's part of the group and she's like, the symbol, the salute, the, ha.
It wasn't Fawin doing the hand gesture that broke the spell on the boggart. It was when all of us around her just started laughing uncontrollably when we see her do this. And he was like, wait a minute.
That's funny.
I have to sadly say, Fawin playing the tyrant leader, the evil leader, kind of felt really natural. Like it was unsettlingly easy for Fawin to pretend that she was the leader of some cult.
Yeah.
She just likes the feeling of power.
Oh, that's probably it.
She does.
Ding, ding, ding. We know that's true.
She loves that power.
And we got maybe a possible link to Fawin with the Chilaxian script that we found.
Yes. Yeah, that necklace or...
It's like a little choker.
Yeah, choker.
Ornament.
Yeah. So...
That could be interesting there. She was a little bit cagey about the details there, and character knowledge. We don't know that you straight up lied to our faces. But didn't you get a natural 20 on that deception?
Yeah. It was a natural 20 on the deception of like where her mom was from and how involved in Cheliax she was, and that her dad. It was all wrapped up with also her dad teach. Oh,
Yeah.
it was her dad teaching her
Draconic.
Draconic.
Yes.
So for her spell crafting lessons, right? Which is True-ish, right? Yeah. So she knows Draconic because of her dad, but
Yeah, it wasn't because she was teaching her magic. It was
Yeah.
because she was teaching her magic.
Yeah,
It's Fawin's got some skeletons in that closet. They didn't come from here.
she does. Just as a teaser, there have been some times too, as we found, for those who want to go back and listen, when we found a couple of rooms and a couple of plaques on the door, and what those were, Stacy and I shared a look. Like there's another,
Layer.
There's another layer of possibility
Not
there.
L-A-I-R, L-A-Y-E-R.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a lair. You got a lair. We got a lair. You should get a lair.
Yeah.
Those guys were just great. Tib and Zarf, they're just fantastic.
And for those guys listening, none of us players know either. This is between Brook and Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some secretive stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is yet.
I might even say go so far as to say there's some stuff that Stacy knows that Brook doesn't.
I think that's 100%
Most
true.
likely.
Dealing with Fawin's characters. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, by now people have heard Boddy's background, little
Yes.
tidbit with him after he reminisces by the firelight. His
Hissing youth in the water.
I don't think everybody in here has actually heard it yet.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Have
it.
you heard it yet? No.
And just behind the curtain, we did kind of a Herculean session to record a bunch of episodes.
6 or something.
And so that firelight scene came out in episode 42,
Yep.
which was about 5 episodes ago. And so, yeah, maybe.
And at the time of this recording, we've released 40? The episode
41.
41.
Yep, 40.
So it'll be on our next released episode that we'll actually hear it inside the episode.
That's it. Yeah, into the episode.
Yeah. So you guys out there actually know more than we do at the table at this moment.
Yep.
But
That's not that difficult to achieve.
but it's really good. Did we?
So wait,
oh,
was
go
this
ahead.
something that only you recorded?
Yeah, after it was like,
It was.
because it was later in the afternoon after we had our marathon session. We sat down and recorded some things, and the last thing we recorded was that, I think.
I think that was after I'd left.
Yeah,
'cause I
You
had-
guys both left.
Yep.
Yeah, Hal left and Emily left, and you had left too, Brooke.
I did. I only heard it
But you got it because you edited it. And my goodness, Brooke, your editing on that piece is fantastic.
Oh, we had a lot of fun.
Holy moly, Brooke, you're becoming a master.
I don't know about that.
the timing of the music and the sound effects and the added stuff that you did, I just brought that scene to life to me, for me.
I will say, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he maybe like the editing night.
Not a master yet.
Not quite the match. That's Michael. It's a while before they'll give him the seat on the couch.
He only has expert training, not master training. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I will say that in recent, again, although this is reaching back a little bit, the one that perhaps I've had the most fun with recently has been episode 42. I know I'm reaching back, and the shopping episode, just because of Wargy. Wargy was so much fun to use these little dog vocalizations for him to have, for her to have connections with Inara, and as they went shopping, it was just. Let us know if you liked it. Give us a shout out. Let us know if you liked it. As always, we love to hear from you guys, and so that was a ton of fun too.
Yeah, please comment on whatever platform you're listening on. I cruise the YouTube. I think Brooke, you cruise the Apple Podcast.
Yep.
Do you guys cruise the other ones by any chance? I don't know.
No,
What do
I
you
usually
guys
cruise to YouTube. So
YouTube,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we've got some great
Brooke
comments.
gets notified anytime anything that is commented, right?
There is a notification that comes up, but I'm not nearly as good at checking it as Germs.
Just on YouTube, though, yeah. That's all I check on most of the time.
But we love that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Oh, so speaking of which, at this point it would have been about a month old, but we have some shout outs to some folks who have recently joined the Patreon. And so thank you to Stella Lex,
Thanks, Stella.
Dancin' Dan,
That's an awesome one.
I like it. That is cool.
Dan.
Mark M,
Oh, Mark M. Thank you.
General Joey,
Nice. We salute you.
Yeah.
And we have a new copper dragon, Mary L.
Thank you.
Yes. So awesome. Good, great stuff.
Thank you for joining the party.
Thank you guys.
Hope you hear this. You may be listening to other shows too, but thank you
Yeah.
for being part of our party too.
You don't have to listen to us. It's okay.
You'll never know. If your ears are burning, it's because we're talking about you right now.
They'll get around to it. Honestly, I love all the content that Red Dirt puts out, and we have such wonderful, amazing people that we get to do this with, and across all the shows, they're just,
We got some pretty creative people.
oh my gosh, so artistic, so creative, it's just amazing. Yeah, just a great group of gamers that we have put together. Yeah.
But I think we're lucky. We definitely have the best GM.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who does that Clockwork show? That's terrible.
I don't know. Ask me again.
No. See,
When we get to level 4, I'll
in
decide.
5e, it's a DM, not a GM, so I can be correct.
That's yes.
Technicality.
It's the best kind of correct.
That's right. Technically correct. That's kind of correct.
You are our favorite GM.
Well, thank you.
Top of the heap.
I'm on a heap.
If once you're part of the Patreon, you can check out the Discord channel, and as Jeremy was mentioning, in there we have the Artist Corner, all kinds of fantastic things in
We were
there.
just talking about our figures in the last episode, which you can see in the Artist Corner.
Yep.
The original, actual in the Hero Forge website versions of them. And we also have pictures. Of the
Now we're going to
digital
post those pictures to the Patreon page.
Yeah, I think
So even if you join as a free member, you get to see those.
that's exactly right.
Notice.
They look amazing.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
No, yes, thank you so much. But they're beautiful, beautiful. Like he spent a lot of time getting the details right, down to measure and everybody's like their eye color, the different items they're holding in their hands, just gorgeous.
Again, the amount of detail, the amount of time that he must have gone back and listened. You got Plame has the color on the backside of his cloak,
Which is
like
really
on
only
the
mentioned in
underneath.
episode 1, right?
Yeah, I think it's the only time it's really been mentioned. Is that
I
reversible
think you
cloak
flipped
that
it
he
around
has.
one
I
time.
didn't even see it on there.
Yeah, it's
I put it away.
It's really sharp. And
I
then
know that on
Fawin.
Fawin's, it's got the kind of.
Yes, he did a fantastic job of.
Awesome.
He did a fantastic job of making this little purple swirl on the
I
backside
didn't
of her
even
cloak.
notice that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Needless to say, we're in love with our figs. They're
It's
wonderful.
amazing.
you bet. You bet. And the
Yeah.
Inara even has tattoos. I mean, it's
She's
just
got the tattoos.
so good.
The one shoulder pad.
Yep. Boddy's charisma score is really low, but that,
Yeah, he's got a grumpy face and a fiery mace.
They even put a
Grumpy
snake
face and fiery mace.
in the shoulder pad. I didn't even know you. I don't know if that's a thing that's in Hero Forge because I've never seen that before.
They have a few here and there, so they're kind of hard to find. There's a few of them.
Ben is a master at Hero
I don't know
Forge.
how he even found that because I've never seen that before.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
yeah.
He's and then Ben is White Monkey on our Discord channel.
Discord,
Yeah.
yeah.
WIGHT.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
wait a minute. Has he been working in conjunction with Stacy? Because first we have whites, and now we have monkeys.
Yeah, he's probably elated.
Okay, so what we need to do then is take the bodies over to the other side of the hallway, throw them in the pit, and wait for them to come back.
Yeah.
White monkeys.
Oh my God, no.
No.
Hey,
no.
Infinite XP hack.
Well, as we've already determined, XP
farm
doesn't mean diddly.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah.
We had a ton of fun with this set of episodes. We hope you guys loved them as well. With that, we got to see. I tell you what, when Plame went down, the way that the party, because of the players, reacted to Plame getting hit with that natural 20.
But he didn't go down.
He didn't go down the way.
He just got staggered really hard.
Oh man,
It was, the air left the room. It was like, oh crap. Because the thing had another hit left.
it did.
And luckily, it got a natural one to swing the yin yang.
And our Paizo fumble cards,
Yeah.
in effect, changed fate.
Yep.
Because that one that was on top was that he He didn't just lose, like he lost his actions. He fell unconscious.
What was
the enemy.
the name of the effect was catastrophic.
Catastrophic failure. Yes, that's what it was.
We had, and Mesmer was the one that we had go between his legs. I love the serendipity. It's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, this has been part of the adventure is much larger than I expected. I didn't think we'd still be in this same Hell Knight Hill.
Yeah, I know.
For 40 freaking almost 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll be done probably with this floor within a year, right? So our first year is the first 2 floors.
Yeah.
I bet we have a couple of episodes left to kind of finish off this level.
For this level.
And then, as we said, then comes like the real setup, because that's when the cult connections, I think, are really going to be made. Unless we just decide to go back home and, we did our job. We helped.
We're heroes. Well, see you,
did the
suckers.
thing.
Well,
So,
I think it's going to keep going probably.
what do we?
Well, we just found out that there's a 3rd level for sure.
Yes, for sure.
That it's
With a
been
magic portal.
So
Yes.
that's like
But we have to find.
Is that what he called it? A portal, or do you call it a ring?
No,
Portal.
He said
Glorious portal.
we need to go talk to the goblins again because Warble talked about a back way downstairs.
Do you think she?
Oh, well, Warble. Keep on getting Warble and
Helga.
Helga.
Do you think they meant all the way down?
I
I
think
think
so.
that I thought the back way was the way that we came into this.
That's what I was
level.
thinking too.
Well, they started this one little tunnel on that side of the dragon horde, so maybe we just need to go get a few shovels and some picks, and we'll spend 16 or 18 episodes digging.
Just dig. We'll just dig.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wait, we
probably-
can't do that, Hal. None of us are dwarves.
Dig,
We won't know how to diggy hole, diggy hole.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole.
Emily, save us with something smart. You were gonna say.
I was just gonna say we'll probably be on the next level for probably 10 or 15 episodes.
Probably.
So.
If it's
The next level, so that would be level 4.
Yeah.
No, by the time we're done, we'll be level 10 at least. Hopefully.
Well, if we do it like we've been doing it, we'll find the hardest boss first. And be as weak as possible.
Find the Temple of Elemental Evil straight trapdoor down to Zugdamoy, right?
Yeah. On the throne.
Yeah. On this level, we almost went to the lictors as fast as possible.
We did.
And we were completely drained of spells, low on hit points, all of our special abilities used up, and we went in there and almost got rocked.
Yep,
Yeah.
we could have
It was
died.
close.
It was
Very close.
pretty scary.
If I had rolled like I did today, we definitely
We would be dead.
We have lived or died by either Inara or Staggerm or myself
100%.
playing, getting a crit.
That
So
yes.
honestly,
Or-
I'm glad that today was my bad day.
Yeah, now
Because it really,
Now we're moving into the easier ones.
It is.
I mean,
you kind of rocked these guys,
guessing
even
the
with the
big-
bad rolls.
and many of those good or bad rolls hinged on Mesmer and Fawin's effect on the battlefield. So we've had some near misses that could have been deaths on us, and we've had some hits that barely hit that saved us from getting killed on the next round.
Yeah.
So every player, including the NPCs that we've hauled along with us, have had a tangible effect, and just barely getting out by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah, but
So when Inara says, "I don't think we should be here," she's probably right.
She was 100% right over there on the undead side. Like, do you guys feel like we just shouldn't be here?
And we are not fudging dice rolls.
No.
There's
No.
we're just letting the rules happen. We may make mistakes in the rules that we figure out.
We have done a few times.
I think all of us have done something that we're like, oh crap. we
hey,
shouldn't
I
do
only did it once, and it was that last time, I think.
I only do it one at a time.
that." Yeah. But that's the only like oopsie moments. We don't say, oh, roll that again unless we use a hero point.
Yeah. And did you use 2 hero points in those sessions?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm down to 0.
You don't have any hero
No, I
points
don't have
left?
any.
that's all right. We'll have a new
okay,
one next
we'll
session.
We'll have one next session. But
For once,
my
Boddy
goodness.
has 2 hit points, 2 hero points, but it's because I don't have to roll for heals anymore.
Yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Emily was cashing those in, and it was a couple of times it was the exact same number.
Yeah, it was just 3. and then
followed by a
3.
3.
That'd be so frustrating.
Man. But
I
yeah,
just wanted to hit something.
yeah, we live and die by
Probably
that.
shouldn't have used them, but it's fine.
No, it's
Oh no, no. I think in opportune moments, there's no reason to hoard them.
yeah.
Unless you want to make a automatic dying save. But who?
I mean, I feel like you at least need to keep some for death.
Yeah, you should always hold the one.
Well, we have learned that Plame cannot swim.
Yeah.
He almost died in a 5-foot water hole.
And again, how much of a hero is he that he jumps in?
Correct.
Or maybe he just doesn't know that he doesn't know how to swim.
Oh, I think it's been alluded to more than once that he avoids the water.
Probably thought he could just like.
Yeah, that's why he
Back
took
up.
that kind of sigh and collected himself before he made that move.
Oh, nice touch. Nice touch. That's what I love sometimes about listening to the episodes more than once, right?
Yeah.
Or just
That
listening
little
to the
bit.
episode for the first time. But I will hear things in the recorded episode that I didn't hear anybody say
table.
at the table. And sometimes it's an important piece of info.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
easy to get caught up in it and in thinking about the next step instead of listening to what's happening currently. Yeah. One of our listeners that I work with, Emily, she's awesome. Pointed out some things to me here and there that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't catch that. She's like, yeah, I heard that the first time. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting what we hear when I mean, humans are just this way, but it is interesting what you hear when you listen to something, that you'll pick up on something that somebody else is like, when did they say that? And they were like, oh no, it's right there, plain as day, So, and people's humor is different too. There is a friend of the show that evidently was pretty appalled at Cold Cat Stew. Like, thought it was you guys are pushing the edge, like it's too, why would you do that? Oh my gosh. And we're just all like,
Yeah.
so.
I think it's part of the absurdity humor.
I'm just going to say right now, there has been a lot worse, and you guys will never hear it.
Yeah, this time it was Brook.
Who's the real hero? The editing guy. That's the real.
He's the real hero.
We're keeping us out of cancellation jail.
Hey, but you know what? I suddenly realized that comes back to Inara's thing about cultural taboos.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was just me. I was just talking about
oh.
that. Inara wasn't talking about that. I was just talking about it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if it's an animal, is it okay?
Yeah.
But it's a humanoid animal.
Yeah, if it's an
that
animalistic humanoid, like if,
It's to rendering, so we probably shouldn't eat it.
But Inara, through Emily's gameplay, that first boggart that, the boggarts that died in the first room or whatever, you immediately just started slicing one up for
No, it wasn't the boggart. It was the,
It was
Oh, it was the monkey.
it was the monkey.
Sorry.
Her very
the Shakura.
Because I did not get me as the player did not get that, like, it was a humanoid thing,
yeah.
but it's too late now.
kind of like the bat, right? We had the
Yeah.
giant bat. We didn't. I mean, it was obviously non-intelligent. It was an animalistic thing.
Yes.
So this one, in the heat of battle, with all the things flying,
yeah.
they were throwing wood chunks.
Yeah. But they're also throwing weapons. They were also
Mistakes were
wearing
made.
armor. Yeah. It's just
I
interesting.
don't know. I didn't really think about it, but it's too late now.
Where would you
Where would you draw the
Probably-
line?
in a fantasy world, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is culturally appropriate?
Because here in our world, like, some people have a real aversion to, what they call bushmeat, like primate meat. But sometimes, we've all seen Indiana Jones, perhaps monkey brain is a delicacy, right? So,
Or Clue.
yeah.
But then, I mean, depending on your personal views, you may not want to eat meat of any type because
Also
you believe
true.
it's immoral, or you may not have any problems with eating any kind of meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably the line should be drawn at humanoid anything,
Probably.
but
Or Inara spelled it out when we were with Glenn. Don't eat people. She just don't eat people.
That's another moment the dice were telling stories and there were low roll and roll. And then Inara was like, listen, he's saying.
Just don't eat people.
don't eat.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's cool. It's an interesting concept
Yeah.
to talk about through gaming.
for some people, like you said, and in real life, for some people, it's let's say an edict, as I mesh fantasy and real world together, of just, if it can feel pain, then you shouldn't eat it, right? But for other people, it's like an intelligence thing, like,
I'd have no doubt that there are people out there that will play a goblin that will have no qualms about eating just about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it doesn't mean that they're playing it as an evil character. It's just a different thing, right?
Yeah.
The different
Cultural.
outlook.
Yeah. I think one of the great things about role-playing games is it can put you in the shoes of someone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can play a character that has a different worldview than you do. And sometimes when you do that, it makes you think.
Yep. I've played games where
About eating things.
I play games with players that are atheists that play super devoted paladins and clerics, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting way to,
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I know a police officer who played a very nasty assassin.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can kind of be roller coasters and amusement rides can be ways that you can hopefully safely experience
Yeah.
like some death-defying thrills, right?
Yeah.
And
For instance, like you could play, you could be a very nice person that's maybe like a teacher or some kind of person that plays a really, really witchy, like haughty, racist, judgmental, cold and bitter, like, I don't know, half-elf character.
Manipulative.
I mean, you could be a guy playing a female character.
never gonna let it die. Yeah, that's true. and it can be because those characters make the world go round. Like we've talked about this before. You kind of have to have conflict to have a good story.
It's interesting. Part of entertainment is having something that's different from yourself and different from your world.
True.
It's like you said, a guy playing Miguel. You'll see guys who play female characters in video games all the time and stuff. Yeah. It's just something different from your day-to-day experience.
As a dungeon master, I absolutely love playing the villains. Not just the little villains, but the big bad villains that are just so like morally different from myself. It's fun to throw those challenges at your players and to see how they deal with it.
Yeah.
And I like it when a player is mischievous and devious and betrays the party. It makes it more interesting of a story. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I was just going to say, not to call anyone out, but I have a friend that wanted to do a D&D session where we played ourselves.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. That just doesn't sound fun. I mean, that's basically defeating the purpose of what you're doing. If you want to play someone else, you want to play a different character.
Now, do I get to play magical me? Do I get to play me that's like now has lycanthropy? Like, that would be cool.
It was just us. It was quite literally.
I was going to say, I don't know if you were in on it, Stacy, but a long, long time ago, we played GURPS, which is the generic universal role-playing rules. That you can kind of build your own thing. But that was the idea, is we played ourselves, but it was the heroic reflection of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously we're not a bunch of 20-year-old nerds sitting around being college students playing the game. We were athletic and heroic and
Not us.
not us, but us.
That's the draconic role-playing game, Parents and Paychecks.
If you really want a revealing look into yourself and you want to ruin some friendships, have each person build their own character based on themselves, and then have them pass the character sheet to the person next to them, and have them play the other person in front of them.
Familiar. What did we do that game?
We did do something like that. But
That was
the college
on
days.
Paranoia, right? You do your thing and then you pass it over.
Yes.
Oh, when you did your skills.
When you do your skills,
personalities.
you just passed them around. Yeah,
And
Paranoia is a great
That was
game.
for your character, not for each other. But in the Paranoia character creation system, you make some choices and then you have to pass it to the person to your right or left, and they can adjust it however they want.
Well, then they make some choices.
They make some choices.
The crazy thing about that one is, and we don't want to get into a big Paranoia deep dive, but those those ability levels are finite. So somebody can have a 5, but only one person can have a 5. The next one person can have a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1. So yeah, it can be pretty cutthroat by the time you're handing them around. If somebody's pissed off because you took what they wanted to do
And ruined it.
and so then they get some revenge.
Yeah. But the idea of paranoia, it's the name of the game. Like you have to go in with the idea of like, hey, we're gonna playfully mess with each other, right? We're gonna playfully screw the other guy. You know.
Yeah, it's like the new video game Among Us, where
That is not new.
I was going to say no.
That's been around.
comparatively, it's been what, 10 years now?
Huh?
10 years maybe? 5 years?
No, not 10.
Not
years,
10, probably
like
6, 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's relatively new compared to like other things. But
Compared to Zork, it's new. It's really new compared to Paw.
Yeah.
Among Us,
I was eaten by a groove.
you have people that are that they're saboteurs, and you have to sniff them out, and it's so you purposely mess with each other, and it's great. I like
I hate it because I'm horrible at lying.
In real life, Emily is the best of us. She really is.
No, I've played with a lot of people before. I'm so mad at it. Everyone just knows it's me, and they're like, "Yep, you're the imposter. Get out of here."
Game over.
So if you want a short session, invite Emily to your game.
Yeah.
But before we end, we should definitely talk about TokenCon and how much fun we had there. Meeting some great new people, some awesome
I
listeners.
wasn't there. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I was there for a short period of time. Got to meet
Actually,
some
I
great
was there. You guys
fans.
just didn't see me.
Yes.
It was my first time working the booth at all, and I worked it all 3 days that I could be there.
You're a rock star.
I loved it. I loved meeting new listeners. I loved meeting just people playing games and hearing their passion. And I hope that some of you that were there get this far in the show, and you can hear this too. So for you to say thank you for making it a fun occasion for us. Yeah.
We mentioned it in a pre-roll of an episode, but the growth that we've had in the last 2 months has been incredible.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
it's been that exponential thing where you just see it go whoop, 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 whoop.
So if you're listening to this and you're sharing us with this experience with your friends, thank you so much.
Yes.
Very much.
And it just super ultra powers us through the next episodes and makes it so much more exciting to know that we're creating something that you guys enjoy. And please give us feedback, and so we can make sure we keep that going for you guys.
I'm not even going to tell you the fact that he's lying, and that even if y'all didn't listen, we'd be doing this because it's a blast.
We would, but it's even more motivating when we know that you guys are listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would 100% say we might still record to share it with each other, but I would not give you guys all the sound effects that I give everybody else. I would take back those days of my week, and
Definitely do.
but it is a ton of fun knowing that you guys are out there listening to the show.
Very much.
Yeah.
SoonerCon is coming up here in
Yes.
Oklahoma in a little while.
that is true.
Any ideas?
That
if we're
is
gonna
one
make
I
it?
think I will try and
Yeah,
make
are
it.
you?
By this time, will we? So what episode will we be on when
It
SoonerCon?
depends.
SoonerCon's in June.
SoonerCon's in June.
Oh,
is.
so this will be out before then.
Yep,
Just-
you're
this
right.
will be out like in May.
Yep,
When is
exactly.
SoonerCon in
June 21st, 22nd in Oklahoma City.
I'm gonna take
North,
the days off
actually.
before, take the day off before and after, so I can
Yeah.
recoup. But I'm in on being at SoonerCon the whole time.
Yeah, it is great.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll have some Pathfinder 2. Oh yeah, they should have some Pathfinder 2
will.
games there. So if you guys want to jump in and do some quick, if you've never played Pathfinder 2E or have before, and you want to jump in and play with us, I will be there for sure.
That's awesome.
Playing some Pathfinder 2E. And if they really need me to, I might run some of the intro campaigns or the intro. They have like short little 30-minute, 1 hour, and 2 hour adventures you can go on with the Pathfinder Society.
Bounties, something else, and scenarios. They're like short, and then 2 hour, and then 3, and then like 4 hour
Yeah.
ones. So
I'll be getting some of those.
But if you've never played Pathfinder and you do want to play the Pathfinder Society, go to Paizo's website, and there is a section in there that you can create your character and get assigned. It doesn't cost anything, but you can get assigned a player ID. And that will allow you to take that character to any game and level it and keep it with you regardless.
And
so,
you can always use one of the pre-generated characters, and the points you earn while you play as any character, you can gather them up to build a stronger character or get perks for your character. And
nice.
it's the Pathfinder Society system is really cool. It's a great way to get into the a group play. I need to do more of it, honestly. But
Yeah.
I only do it at the cons so far. But Game HQ also has like a standing game that happens every other Thursday. I think.
every other Thursday, yep. We're thinking, my wife and I are thinking about possibly starting and going into
Let me know. I'll go with
That'd
you.
be wild. That'd
Yeah.
be so much fun.
I'll meet you. That'd be great. It's on Thursday nights. Is a good night for role playing. So yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, we digressed quite a bit. See you at SoonerCon. Hopefully, we'll be there.
Emily, do you have any costumes that you're building for SoonerCon?
No,
Nothing that you can share yet?
Not to like betray the game. I would really have been wanting to put together a Critical Role costume.
That's cool.
So that's it. You're banned.
Sorry for mentioning another podcast, but I do want to do a Vex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be wild. You'd be a good Vex too.
And I am trying to get with one of my friends to help me put it together.
That's
So
cool.
I don't think it's probably going to happen by SoonerCon. Yeah.
Who's going to be your Vax?
My boyfriend.
Excellent.
There you go. That would work.
Oh wait, no, that would be, well.
It's a fantasy game. You're gonna be brother,
No,
sister.
no.
It'd be all right.
Actually,
That's
no.
about your brother and sister. So
Alex, shout out, cosplay friend, was gonna be Vax, and then my boyfriend's gonna be Percy. And then we have a friend
There we
that's like
go.
6'2", and we'll just paint him gray and make him Grog.
excellent.
I like how, notice there wasn't permission in there. It's like, we will paint him gray.
Yeah.
He's going to hold him down,
Yeah.
paint him gray. Well, what are you going to do now? Might as well, I would like to rage. And then you're set, So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Vox Machina and Critical Role are a lot of fun.
There.
If you haven't watched the show on Amazon, go
so
watch
good.
it.
I will, again, and here we are on another podcast, but
Yeah, if you-
I
Now
will,
be careful, because Vox Machina is a little bit racy.
a little?
So
Anyway,
It's a good show.
It's not nearly as child friendly as this,
yeah.
it's not child friendly.
Don't let your kids watch it.
Yeah, all we discuss is cannibalism. They get into some weird stuff.
They actually shade.
Yeah. There's a, never mind.
Like I said,
I will stop myself so I don't have to edit that out. I'll just say it off mic later. So
I'm not trying to promote anything.
right.
But
I will say that I may lose my nerd card for this. The only Critical Role I have fully consumed is the Amazon show. I've tried to listen, and no offense to anybody, I've tried to listen to their YouTube stuff, and it's just way too long.
That's
it's
what
so hard for
everyone
me to get in.
says. Like everyone I know has said that, and people I know that have listened to this podcast are like, I love that it's like an hour long, or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I also have friends that
it's-
work.
Aim for 45 to an hour.
That's what you're trying to do for.
It's so much easier
It
to
is.
consume than
So I'm going to jump in here.
4-hour episode.
We're starting to become way too long, and there's a monster in this room. I just know it. So
Yes.
Don't worry, there's a
I think
monster in
it's
this room
time to
too.
go.
we need to roll.
for
See
wishes.
you guys. Take care, guys. Bye. You rock.
Rise, sing along!